All right, woohoo. Right now, I just finished my Van Gogh tutorial. Now I'm going to do a meat grinder tutorial because I really like the meat grinder and I've been working on it lately. And I think I have it, a little bit fluent enough to do a tutorial. Now this is another power aerial that's kind of scary because I'd say it's a little scarier than the Van Gogh, because with the Van Gogh you can kind of see where the knife is going most of the time. But with the Van Gogh, you're just chucking that bitch over your shoulder and hoping for the best. No, I'm kidding. But with the meat grinder, honestly, the biggest tip I have for the meat grinder, practice with like keys or something. Take something simple like even a water bottle, chuck it over your shoulder and see if you can catch it a couple times. Start off with simple stuff like that. And I realize I haven't explained what a meat grinder is yet. A meat grinder is the power aerial that you throw over your shoulder and catch it behind your back. I'll see if I can do one for you real quick. There's one. That was a meat grinder. It was over the shoulder, and like I do with all my power aerials, it was a double rotation, I believe. Ow, that hurt. I try to make all mine double rotation because I don't believe a power aerial should be anything less than double. Anything less than double, in my opinion, is just kind of lame and weak and just kind of a regular aerial. So I do all mine double. So yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, first thing you might want to practice with is just ordinary objects like a water bottle, your keys, a ball even, or a good old Barfly Pro. Shout out to Surge. Not sponsored, I promise. Reptile code for 10% off. No, just kidding. I don't have a promo code. So yeah, another good way to practice is just throwing it straight behind your back. Don't worry about going over the shoulder yet, because straight behind the back is a lot less terrifying because you can kind of line your hand up with it, just like that. And when you line your hand up with it, it's a little less scarier. I have not done that in a while, so that kind of hurt. But again, it's all about just getting the... Ow! Ow, caught the blade, okay. It's a good thing this thing isn't razor sharp anymore. Okay. But yeah, just get the rotations down with the behind the back. And once you have that down confidently, you can kind of start working on directly going over the shoulder. Now, it doesn't have to be just like straight over the shoulder. Trajectory and the way you throw it is really important, because your hand is essentially going to be behind your back like this. This is what my hand is like behind my back when I'm throwing here. So I'm going to see if I can get one while, facing away from you so you guys can see what it looks like. Nope. Try it again. I'm only going to give this a couple tries. You'll still get the gist of it even if I miss it. There's one. It was behind my back. You saw the way my hand was. I was just waiting for it because I don't really have to move my hand because the way you throw it is so important. When you're throwing it, you're lining it up with your hand to catch it. You're not like throwing it like this. You're not throwing it like this. You're just throwing it like a basic aerial to your side. You're just doing a basic aerial that's lining up with your hand. And if you don't feel confident in your throw, don't catch it. If you feel like you mislined it, there's always room to move your hand, and there's always room to do a little twist. When I was practicing it, I twisted it all the time. Whenever I wasn't like sure it was going to line up, I just twist like that, and then I catch it. And then as you progress and as you get better with the throwing, as you get better with a lot of the things, you don't really have to do that twist. And I still kind of have to do it because I underthrow it sometimes. But once you get your throws down, you don't have to twist as much. So just keep practicing that. You can always practice with one rotation at a time until you get up to 2, and you can do crazy shit like 3. But I always suggest try learning with 2, and another good way to learn that is just doing double rotation aerials right off the start. Like I said in my Van Gogh tutorial, I practiced Van Goghs mostly with practicing double rotation ice pick aerials. because that got you used to the rotations and you were catching it in the same position you'd be catching it in behind your head. Oh, yeah, it's like this. Right, I don't know. How does the van go work? Oh, I gotta do this. Ow! Caught it on the sides, that was lucky. Okay. Yeah. So again, practice your doubles. And you know, you could just do regular doubles instead of ice pick because you're catching it regular. So yeah, I'm gonna do a couple more meat grinders for you so you can see what it looks like from behind and how I catch them, how I throw them. And another good tip I always try to stress when learning new tricks, do combos. Don't just sit there and learn the trick by itself. You know, when I was learning how to do meat grinders, I didn't just sit there constantly doing meat grinders. I was doing combos into meat grinders. I was doing meat grinders and taking it with my left hand and trying to flip with my... I was having fun with it. So again, trying to learn this trick shouldn't be annoying. It should be fun. So throw combos into it. Build up your momentum before throwing it, you know? That's how you keep it fun. So yeah. That's the meat grinder tutorial. I hope you somewhat learned a few tips on how to learn it, at least. Because really, aerials are just trial and error, honestly. So I hope you guys learned a little bit of something. This has been Reptiles with the Alpha Beast. Woo-woo. Thank you, Matt, for learning me these knives. He wanted to see a meat grinder tutorial too. So I'm going to do one more meat grinder for Matt, and because they're fun. That one was for you, buddy. Okay, have a good night. Sorry.